All of my content is used under the fair use guidelines, and because free speech is not free anymore, everything I say is my own thoughts and opinions. Please subscribe.
Hello, my name is Foodie Beauty, aka Chantal Marie Olive Zaro Miriam El Refi.
What the fuck?
And I have binge eating disorder. I think you're gonna be a bit like, duh, we know this.
There's no ifs about it. You know damn well we will be.
But honestly, as many times as I've heard myself say on this channel that I have a binge eating disorder, this is like the first time that I actually realize what that kind of sort of means more than ever.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm definitely not convinced.
I realize that I cannot fight this alone. I need support, and that it's a very serious mental illness. It's not just about losing weight, and that a diet cannot fix this.
Let us not forget this moment, as we all know how this is gonna go.
I realize I have a really warped relationship with food. And my compulsion to eat and binge is stronger than I am right now.
And what the hell does she mean by right now? It's always been like that for her.
And I need to learn ways to cope with that.
Nope.
So, that being said, I tried to start my diet from starting today, and that diet is a mistake when you're trying to treat binge eating disorder.
But it's not a bad start, hey Chantel? You will literally look under every fucking nook and cranny just for an excuse. Cut it out.
It's like my brain doesn't learn.
You don't think you can bullshit?
My brain goes through a cycle. And we all know what my cycle is because people have illustrated online, people make fun of it, and I know I'm going to get made fun of for this video. Which is why I chose to clam up about it, or would choose to clam up about it over and over again. But I think I'm going to shift my content to just sharing in a daily vlog my struggles.
Bullshit!
I've had binge eating disorder for many years, maybe greater than 20 years. I do have some medical documents from my binge eating disorder assessment I will share with you in a few minutes. I expected to just wake up and be better, to be able to conquer this now. I always thought it was something in my willpower that was wrong. It would just all go routine and smooth, and I would have a vlog for you today showing you that I could stick to this 1100 calorie diet and for not an adequate amount of food for binge eating disorder recovery. And I realized that also when I was on TikTok watching, be scrolling, and on my For You page there was a couple of young women who also have binge eating disorder, and they are going through the recovery phases. And what they are eating, I was surprised.
There is absolutely nothing about her attitude that tells me she wants to lose weight at all. Nothing. Zip, zilch, zero.
The diet, for example, I'm on right now with this food service is not enough. And it will definitely trigger a binge. I can feel it. I've already eaten more. So I've pretty much eaten, the day started as a little optimistic. Okay, naturally I woke up, I wasn't hungry, and then, I had the breakfast, and then I was like, I want that snack. I don't know if I can wait for dessert. I'm gonna have it as a snack. So I had the snack 2 hours later, and I had lunch, and then with that lunch I had my supper in the same time. So
Don't you just love the way she skimmed past that? Like, I just had dinner and supper at the same time, but anyway.
all of the food from the diet box, it's gone, except one salad. And I'll show you some medical records and discuss that with you. So it might be a long video. Coming to you with full sincerity, I'm opening up, and if I want to do that when I talk about these things, I feel kind of vulnerable and icky and like weird.
God, you are such a fucking troll.
But just to preface what I'm going to show you in my medical records, about the visits, the notes from visits when I did go to see a binge eating disorder recovery doctor at the psychiatry department when I was living in Ottawa. And I was diagnosed with severe depression and binge eating disorder.
Oh shit, and I'm not even a doctor, and I could have diagnosed you with that.
Which honestly just makes life insurmountable. And I try to live like a normal person without these issues, and I just feel like I'm just drowning, you know? So I realize I can't do this alone, so I'm going to be looking for resources to help me, even if I have to do it online.
Okay.
And maybe some nutritional counseling. There's a lot of podcasts with people, you know, support groups. I might even make a support group. I don't know.
No, God!
Order that's like, unless you have it, it's very hard to understand and hide binges from everybody. I don't binge. Like, that's why, like, you know, a mukbang that I do is not really a binge, because it's overeating. For sure, it's overeating, but it's not binging.
What the fuck?
Binging is something you do in secret, and you eat extreme amounts of calories in one sitting, which is why you would see my scale go. I would like gain kgs in like days.
Eat for a family of 4 on the daily, and then you go and try and fucking tell me that you don't binge eat. It's only the food that you eat behind our backs, as we see. Oh, go away. You are delusional.
But you don't, you know, it's like, I guess even after being diagnosed, after always saying I have binge eating, I'd never fully realized, you know, this is just not going to be fixed with a diet. You're
Jesus Christ, she swears she's just about to tell you she's got cancer or something, eh?
just going in circles, and yeah, it's insanity. I need support, so that's what I'm going to be seeking. I'm going to always be honest, like, because I can't do anything else until this is fixed, so I have to do it. And you know, I want to live along. How much of my life has been consumed by food. You could see I started out very optimistic about, I'm sorry, I didn't think I was gonna like get emotional. You know, Salah was like all proud of me and to start, and I guess I feel guilty. So anyway, I guess that's it. I'm going to show you some medical records I went through, logged into my medical files that you can access online in Ontario, and I went through my history to show you a little bit of my notes from that. I blocked out, you know, the personal information of the doctors and things like that, but, which will be hard to edit. But anyway, alright, so thank you for listening to me. Again, I'm going to look into eventually maybe creating like some kind of support group on Facebook, because one thing that really I find really hard is the loneliness, you know, of other people who have the same problem. So I'd also like to help people with my content.
When has Chantel's account ever done anything to help anyone? Seriously, I betting she's pulling out her receipts because shit's going down with her and Salah, and it ain't so cozy in Kuwait, is it, bitch?
Yeah, and then I guess the dates, like on my What's Next appointment, I think I called him a few times, his office, to schedule an appointment earlier because I was really struggling. So that's why maybe the dates have changed with the appointments. But yeah, so this is just another example of one of the appointments I have with my binge eating disorder doctor. Alright, so here's just some notes from my, I guess, into the summer from the doctor that I was seeing. This is her first outpatient since the initial consultation a month ago. I appeared in good spirits. I started Vyvanse, 20 milligrams a day. It did reduce the binge eating at first, but it did, yeah, however, she noticed lately that Vyvanse effects tends to fade away in the evenings. Yeah, exactly. I decided to stay on Cypralex because the effects didn't work as well for me, so things were a bit better at this point. Okay, so this was actually the initial consultation with the BED doctor I was referred to by my family doctor. So here we go. It says, thank you for referring Miss Chantal, they misspelled my name, Soro, to the Regional Center for the Treatment of Eating Disorders at the blah, blah, blah. The patient was seen today and she was appropriate and cooperative during the assessment. As you recall, she is a 35-year-old woman who lives with her common law boyfriend. She used to work as a secretary at the ROH and has been out of work for the last 2 years. The patient explained that she has been obese since childhood and recalled hiding large quantities of food in her room as a teenager. At the present time, she reported overeating during the day and binge eating at night. She usually binges in her bedroom when her boyfriend is at work, or she will binge in her car when she buys large amounts of fast food. She estimated spending about $600 per month on binge food, which is more. She denied any purging behavior. Her weight taken today was above 150 kg, which is the maximum on the scale. The patient is also struggling with depression. She used to be on Cypralex in the past, and 2 months ago she put herself back on Cyprolex at 10 milligrams a day. It has not been effective in improving her mood, which she rated at 1 out of 10. She denied any suicidal intention or plan. So that was the one of the initial parts of the notes from the first visit. So furthering to that, his general impression, and I guess this is where the diagnosis comes in. This is a morbidly obese 35-year-old woman presenting with a binge eating disorder of at least 20 years duration. The binge eating disorder is comorbid with a major depression that is still active and not responding to Cyprolex. And then the management plan, which I think I did describe at the time to you guys, not to eat in the car, purchase fast food, which is very easier said than done when you're also addicted to fast food. So, but yeah, of course that would be the ultimate goal. So that was from the doctor for treatment that I saw.
If you enjoyed this content, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Also, please leave a comment because I do love to read them. Thanks for watching, guys.